Anybody else in here need their signature? No? Oh my God.
Hey, she cuts my hair. Look at that. You don't want to cut your hair. Hey, no, Lake needs a haircut. Lake needs a haircut.
All right, it's 6 o'clock. We'll call nonprofit review to order. At this time, I'd accept a motion to approve our agenda tonight. A motion, Mr. Adam Winfrey, second, Mr. Gary Prater. All those in favor of approving our agenda, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? All right, we'll move on to approval of the minutes from our last meeting from last year.
Make a motion, we accept them and dispense with reading.
All right, we've got a motion, Mr. England, second, from Mr. Bell. Any additions or corrections to minutes? Being none, all those in favor of approving the minutes, say aye. All those opposed? All right, we do have a little bit of housekeeping. I serve as the chairman of the nonprofit review committee, and it's for the rules, but we need to elect a secretary and a vice chair. So I'll open the floor nomination for vice chair.
I nominate Scott Ruby.
I got a motion to nominate Scott Ruby, got a second by Mr. Gary Prater. Any more nominations? Anybody else want to nominate?
Make motion to seize the nomination.
All right. Do I hear a second? Got a second, Ms. Christie Ross. All those in favor, the nomination ceased, elect by acclamation, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? So Mr. Scott Ruby is vice chairman. Now we need a secretary. I'll open the floor for nominations for
Make a
secretary.
motion, we elect Tommy Savage.
All right.
I'll second.
All right. Any more nominations?
Make a motion to seize the nomination.
All right, we got a motion, nomination ceased. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Got a second, Mr. Blaine Wiltshire. All those in favor of nomination cease and elect by acclamation, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Congratulations, Tony, you're gonna be pay raised. All right, now we're ready to open the floor to discuss our nonprofit review. That we've had applications sent in, everybody's got a paper in front of you, the request, and exactly what they got last year. And of course, I know there's been a lot of talk in the county about the city reducing their nonprofits, and I don't think the county will be able to replace that money that, of course, that'll be up to the Full County Commission, not my part, but, we have also had two committees, the legislative and the budget and finance, that ends, the fire departments and rescue squad are services we have to provide, or we need to provide for the community. That appropriation be taken out and actually considering the nonprofits and not the county in that. But that will be up to this committee. So what's the wishes of some of the committee members?
repeat that. What you
The
exactly?
the legislative committee and budget finance actually met and we never brought it to the full court to vote on. So, and nonprofit review really needed to make that decision if they wanted to give that authority up or not. And so that's the reason it's here. It would be that the budget finance would actually handle the fire departments and the rescue squad.
I'll speak to that just a little bit,
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman. A couple of years ago, we had some discrepancies with paperwork being turned in at the right time and whatnot. And it was kind of getting convoluted with the nonprofits. We have to give the fire departments and the rescue squad a contribution, there's no doubt about it. But what we voted to do in legislative budget finance last year was to separate those two so that the requirements for submission of applications and budgets and things would be excluded from them since they are a mandatory service, something that we have to commit funding to. And that's why we made the decision in legislative budget finance last year. But I think we just overlooked the fact that it should have gone to full court, and that's where we are right now. But this committee would have the authority to delegate that responsibility if they so choose.
Well, it is a little late then, isn't it? So it looks like we need to just follow procedure as it's written.
And that would
And
be
the full court's
something that,
not here, so you can't make a change like that without, we messed up, it looks like, we didn't mess up, we just didn't get it on the agenda.
well, actually, the nonprofit needed to meet and decide whether they wanted to do that or not.
Yeah, we needed to meet to decide if we wanted to give that authority to budget and finance versus it being here.
Well, this committee can act on it tonight. It doesn't matter either way, because it will still come to the full court for full court consideration. That is not relinquishing any right for any kind of commissioner to change anything at any time.
The only thing about it is, one year, we agreed to give them a little more. And if it goes through budget and finance, in other words, it would be their say-so what to do with it.
But still, that's just a
I know,
recommendation.
but I prefer to keep it like it is right now.
I'd rather have 11 people looking at it instead of 5.
That's fine. That's what this committee, that's what we need to discuss. So do we want to handle the fire departments and rescue first?
Do we need to put that in the form of a
You
motion?
can.
Put that in the form of a motion, I entertain a motion that we keep it like it is.
All right. I got a motion to second by, motion by Mr. Prater, second by Mr. Bell. Any discussion on this? Being none, all in favor of leaving it like this, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Passes unanimously. Now, do we want to handle the fire departments and rescue first?
Be all right?
I think that would be appropriate.
You need that in a motion?
No, I don't need a motion for that. I'm just asking.
Okay.
We need to know what the appropriation that we do if we're handling. Last year, we give them $28,500. That's what we actually give them. That's way up from what they used to get, so.
This is what they're asking for.
No, they're asking.
That's what I'm saying, this on this.
Yeah.
26,
In the black,
27 is what
in
they're
the
asking.
black, 26, 27 funds request is where what they're asking.
Plus you got more forms asking for a little more.
Public River, that's what they like.
Yes.
So what's the wishes of the committee?
Well, you know, it does cost more now, the price of fuel. This is something I personally wish I was able to do, but I'm not. It takes a big heart to do what these guys do, 2 to 3 o'clock in the morning. I wish I could do more. Yeah. I would like to increase it, I'm not saying increase it to the total amount it's asked for, but increase it at least $5,000.
Mr. Chairman.
Yeah.
In the past, we have made a motion to anything that was left over to split it, add it to the fire department's split it. That's what we've done in the past.
Mr. Chairman, I'm sorry, I don't see any paperwork in mine. Everybody else gets something, it's just not in mine.
No,
Other than the request.
because they're all over the board on the fire about their expenditure. Some of them are the same. I don't know how they
But
get
they're asking
that.
for different amounts, so I assume it's going to be
They're getting
paperwork.
together to put down the same.
If you wanna wait, you'll see what's left over before we approach this.
Well, we can't do that till we know what we're gonna spend.
Yeah, we've not even said what we're gonna spend on nonprofit yet.
Last year, am I right, fiscal, we spent $457,166.65.
On this list of nonprofits, yes.
Yeah.
Rescue Squad, no.
Rescue squad's not on there. Yeah, they're on.
No. I have to be the other, so I have to look at this thing. I did not say one.
Yeah, the rescue squad.
Yeah,
That's our total contributions, including our fire department, salary, 457, 166. What was allocated last year.
Just start.
That was up the previous year from 399. Most of that went to the fire departments.
So if we do what they're asking us, so it was kind of in a bind.
If we're trying to just stay at the same dollar figure, it'll be a bunch of nonprofits that will actually be cut, is the way that would have to work out. Unless you're gonna raise the contribution level. So how do we want to proceed as a committee?
Mr. Chairman, I feel like Mr. Prater, we can rely on these people, like you said, getting up to 3 o'clock in the morning, what have you. We need, like, everything's going up, their insurance, their gas. I'd like to see that increase myself as well, like dollar amount. We think we can sit here trying to bounce around here.
I see what you're saying, if we raise them, if we kept the amount as it is right now. If we raise them, we'd have to take away from other nonprofits. Either that or raise the amount. Looks like that might be what we're going to be into.
Right, and Scott, have you been discussing, as you've been looking at budgets, are you close enough to know where you need to be in every category? And Justin, can you budget
Well, we've been working,
60 or 70,000 more dollars in this?
we've been working, like, as with the way I do the budget, when anybody requests anything, when we start the process, it goes in the budget like it has. Then as budget advance goes through, changes, motions to remove things, et cetera, then I remove it in my work. So, yeah, like, everything that's been requested is already in my budget.
Are you finished with everything except for this one?
We're finished with the general fund except for raises.
That's one of the big things, so
So-
you've still got to raise the employee raises.
Right.
Anything probably you give away, we only have so much money to work with.
Mr. Chairman,
Are you close to a number yet for this?
What's the number?
For the total amount for nonprofits, the years?
That's that amount.
Yeah, that's the amount, that's it. The total amount of
If you're
667.
I'm looking for less.
Yes.
That's what we,
Requested.
they're looking at, increase, that's what they increase. On the second to the right, there, next there, that's what he has lined up.
And the money's in there. So the money is there already.
Yeah, for that line item there,
Okay.
not the one for the labor.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I just figured it up, if we raised each one of them 6,500 on the fire departments, that would put them up to 35,000 each. And 7 of them, that would be a $45,000 addition. So,
Well, Mr. Chairman, we're gonna let them speak before we vote, in case there's something they wanna bring up as to why they're asking for more.
Well, that's up to this committee. I mean,
I know probably some of them have come wanting to do that, and I would kinda like to know if there's any specific reason why, you know.
I think a lot, I mean, of course, we can let them, if that's what the committee chooses, we will let them do that. But I think a lot of them are facing the situation with the city, uncertainty, maybe being cut in half or whatever. And of course, naturally, if you've got a nonprofit, you're looking for somebody to replace it.
To Mr. Savage's point, Collins River Fire Department only asked for $30,842.90. If you give them 35 and the others were asking for 40, that's giving them more than they requested and denying somebody who asked for more.
I hadn't noticed that, thank you.
Well, I'll make a motion that we let them speak 2 minutes if they have something they wanna bring up.
Like, you're gonna start with the fire department.
Whoever we're at, if they have a specific reason why they want to increase.
You gonna do them all before, or do you just want to do the fires, or if we're trying to have?
As we go to them that way.
As we go to, okay, all right. Did I hear a second? You got a second, Mr. Chris Ross, all in favor, let them speak 2 minutes, say aye. Aye. All opposed? All right, we'll start with fire departments, I guess Lynn?
Yeah. Hey, Philip, you got anything you want to say? Anybody else get up here?
And Chad from College River, is that the only 3? No,
Wayne, that's what the vote.
Paul, get in line here. Good evening. My name is Lynn Curtis. I'm Fire Chief of the Harrison Ferry Fire Department. I do want to thank you for your support, continued support. One reason a lot of our budget requests is different is because the area and territory that we've got to cover. Some people's going to need more in a budget request because they have 3 times the territory to cover as Harrison Ferry does. Some has less to cover. But you think about what these fire departments mean to the infrastructure of Warren County. If we're not funded where we can meet all these standards that the state is throwing at us right now, they're treating us like we're paid firefighters. The state is, as far as these mandates, the trainings, the ISO. I could go on and on. My wife sitting here, she can tell you the whole list of stuff that the state mandates on a volunteer fire department. And, you know, we get a few dues, but if it wasn't for the county, we just have to shut the doors, you know. And of course, like I say, I think the idea with Randy, Mr. Prater, I think that's generous. I appreciate that. And we would welcome that, you know, as far as that goes. Because like you say, nothing's getting cheaper. Fuel, insurance. I could go on and on and on, you know, and just everything's expensive. Y'all know how it is just to fill your car up to drive to work, you know, anymore. It's double what it used to be. And but like I say, I guess my 2 minutes is up. Y'all got any questions?
Well,
that you'd like to ask.
I know in your case, up on the mountain, you have a big area to cover and you don't have as many houses as a lot of communities would.
Mhm.
So you don't have the revenue stream that a lot of it would.
Exactly. We do not. I think we're running on about a 30% participation on our dues. And what are they, 400 residences out there, Shauna? Give or take 400 residences out there. You know, but you see what we got into, 3 years ago out there. You know, when they tried to burn the mountain down and they had to call every department, surrounding counties and everything else, you know. Hope and pray it don't happen again, but who knows? That's just the world that we live in now. You know, we've got to be proactive instead of reactive in everything that we do. That's for sure. Anything nowadays, you've got to be proactive. So, but any more questions for the mountain?
Does Issue have their fire department yet?
Isha.
Not by the state.
All right, here we go. I know everybody's been talking about Isha. They've got fire trucks. They've got firefighters that have completed the firefighter 1 course that is registered by the state of Tennessee. But it's up to me to relinquish Harrison Ferry by the state fire marshal's office before they will be recognized as a fire department. And I'm not going to do it. So, yes, I mean, y'all know how they are. I mean, y'all dealt with Isha down here. You know, I ain't going to say nothing bad about them, but y'all know how they are. But yeah, they've got their own fire trucks. They've got trained firefighters. And yeah, we're kind of in a sticky situation out there on the mountain that a lot of these places ain't into. Because right now, well, I'm gonna get on the soapbox. They've got enough right now to vote in Van Buren County and have the minority on the election cycle. And it's just a matter of time. It may not be in my lifetime, but in my kids' and grandkids' time, the way they're going, they'll have the majority here in Warren County to place somebody in here for election, and they will be nominated. That's coming. It's not if, but when. That's coming. Everybody was all up, you know, but where was you at 20 years ago when they first started? You know, everybody's all uptight about it now. You know, everybody's kind of sweeping it under the rug, and now the rug's got loose. The dust is flying out, you know, so.
I've never been a fan of it.
Well, since you brought it up, Gary, I'll second that. You know, but it is, it's just a matter of time.
Mutual assistance with them.
No, we cannot through the state. The state won't let it happen. I'll have to relinquish my position.
Make you do this?
No,
No. So we're here about, we ain't talking about issues.
no, we're not. We're not. Yeah,
Thank you.
but
Thank you.
Thank you, Lynn.
thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Wayne Davenport, Chief of the Iowa Fire Department. I thank County Court for all the help you give us in the past, and I hope you can continue doing it. And talking about the volunteer fire department, I spent one Saturday afternoon last fall keeping Gary Prater's combine from burning. So Gary's on our side, and a lot of others are too. Appreciate everything you do for us. Thank you much.
I'm Chad Hillis. I represent Collins River Fire Department. I like the way the talk started tonight, increasing, and we would greatly appreciate it. As Lynn talked, you know, even though volunteer organizations nowadays, we are made to be just as well equipped and well educated as professional paid departments. It's no more put the wet stuff on the red stuff. You got to have the certifications, and it costs money to get it. It costs money to get the equipment. Like Gary said, diesel fuels went up, insurances went up, and anything that we can get, we would greatly appreciate it. We've appreciated everything that the county commission has brought to where we're at this time, 28.5 last year. But it costs money. I know at Collins River, we've had several mechanical issues in the last year that's really took our subscription money and had to put it to use. Now we do get grant money if you apply for it for the state of Tennessee, which helps out to getting new turnout gear, new fire equipment or what have you, but it only goes so far. We have about 1,754 subscribers in our area. In the southeastern part of the county, we get about 38% return that gets sent back to us. So if we had got all 100%, our residential rate's $45, businesses is $85. Do the math, it would greatly help, but that's the best we've ever got last year since I've been in it in the early 90s. 38%. Any questions for me? And you know, we're a big brotherhood, whether it's Centertown, North Warren, we're all in it together. If we get paged to structure fire, we've got mutual aid agreements. We both two departments go, and that's because of lack of volunteerism. This plague in our county. You can't find the help, so it just puts more responsibility on the existing members. And anything that y'all elect to do, we greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
Just one thing that I'd like to add, we did not ask for any more than we asked for last year. I do realize it was more than what we got, but the request was the same. And I just want to expand on what Chad said. Even though there is difference within the departments, any structure fire, we're automatically phased out with automatic mutual aid. So we got two departments covering if and more if needed, of course. But automatically, we've got two that responds out on any kind of structure fire through the automatic mutual aid. And that's to address ISO requirements as far as water supply and things of that nature. But I just wanted to bring out the point that we asked for the same amount that we did last year. And we appreciate the increase in what we got last year. And it has really helped out. And of course, the VETA grant through the state is made a big difference too. But also just to touch, we don't have the luxury of replacing equipment as it's needed. We're on a time stamp through NFPA standards and stuff, and especially with turnout gear. Of course, I doubt there's many departments in the county that will meet the standards on their trucks, but we're trying to at least meet it on the turnout gear. I'm not going to put a guy in a house with substandard equipment that does not meet NFPA standards and something happens to him and I have to face his family because I put him in there without it. So that's one disadvantage that we have, is we can't replace it when it's wore out. We got to replace it when they tell us to. But again, I appreciate anything you do for us.
Anybody else in the fire department? I've not missed anybody. That's all that's here.
I will say, Rainey Roberts, North Warren, called a pretty bad wreck. He was on his way, so if you've got any questions, I can speak to them as well.
Does anybody have any other questions? All right, now our task is to come up with a figure before we're going to do the appropriations. You want Chad to come up and talk about the rescue squad too, while because if we don't get the same last year.
He is after the fact. I think it was changed, yes.
It ended up being 5, so I think that whatever we do with the fire departments, the rescue squad, that would be a. Do you want to talk on that, Chad?
I can. I like to talk. Yeah, and I know there was some confusion last year about rescue squad and not picking up a check and what all happened, but it got straightened out. We did end up getting 28.5, and I greatly appreciate that. We're a little different than the fire departments. You know, we don't provide fire service. We do provide mutual aid if requested, whether it's a severe storm or something in a fire department's jurisdictions. You know, we're countywide. We'll come out and help clear roads or what have you. But we basically specialize in swiftwater rescue, rope rescue, cave rescue. We've got a dive team started for recovery of bodies by diving. And everybody knows the outbreak of kayaking that we've had in McMinnville. That keeps us busy during the months of the summer. What I have requested, that's what our department needs to function. But we greatly appreciate what the county has done for us over the years, and it makes a big difference. It's just like the fire departments. You have to be trained. You have to recertify every 2 years on these specialty rescue techniques. We get called out for mutual aid for adjoining counties, White County, Coffee County especially. We just had a drowning in Normandy about a month ago that we helped recover the body. So it costs money, you know, to travel, to feed your people and the training. So any help that we can get, we greatly appreciate it. Any questions? Thank you.
All right, now we're down to the decision where we want to be as far as giving the appropriations. Look at it from a standpoint, are we going to raise nonprofit contributions, or are we going to cut that off to somebody else?
We're gonna have to raise nonprofit. It's on the way. It's on the try way.
Well,
I feel like we need to be fair about it.
if we're gonna do that, we've got Collins River that asked for 31,842. What if we rounded off 31,500? It'll be an increase if I've got it.
30,842.
Yeah. Yeah, that's 30, but then trying to round it off to even.
I'll make a motion that we take Mr. Savage's recommendation and offering all of the mix of Collins River.
Get them all the same. Yeah. I don't care if they ask for less, we still got them all the same.
You don't have to, but you
You
may
don't
want to
have
have
to,
whatever you
but-
want to, but I don't.
I don't want to do that.
Well, but you're basing it on, we're basing it on what they've asked for.
Yeah.
If you're doing them all the same, yeah, they're gonna have to get more of the stuff.
You still want that motion put in place, Carly?
It's okay, for them to start their discussion before we have the motion anyway.
Yeah,
So
that's the reason I asked you.
yeah. So go ahead, let them continue to discuss. No.
All right.
So you're saying that if we're getting 7,500, we need to give it to all of them? But we don't have to.
You don't have to, but
Still, that's the right thing to do.
it's the right
I
thing.
think that's the right thing to do. I would
They-
hate to
they
see
are all
one
five
fire department,
firefighters. They're
yes,
all
I hate to
going
see
into
one
the
fire
fire.
department get one and another get another.
I'd say raise it.
Okay,
Mr. Chairman, you did 7 of them times, you just give them 3,500, that's 28, no, give them 3,500. And then if you throw the rescue squad in, that's 8, that's,
It'd be 32,000 apiece is what that would be.
Yeah,
Right.
yes, sir, but that's increasing about 28,000 that we need to find, that's where I'm.
You put that in the form of a motion.
Randy,
that's
not nothing, Randy. Well, you know, we spoke a while ago, $5,000. You can't bring it down to 28,500, to $2,800.
He wasn't breaking down 20, he's raising it to
I know
32,
32,
32,000.
32, but I wanted a while ago, we mentioned 5,000.
So, I'm just trying to find out.
I know.
Well, I need a motion or something. So we can move on
Mr. Chairman, I'd make that motion
to
raise each one of them up to 35,000.
30 rescue squad. And the rescue squad?
Yeah.
Include that in there.
Yes.
Second.
All right, got a motion by Mr. Savage, a second by Mr. Wiltshire. Any discussion? All right, now I'll ask Justin to call the roll. Or Tommy, sorry.
Well, let me get their throat down first.
That brings it up to 7,000.
Yeah.
If I could get somebody's name, you just go ahead and nod your head or something. Motion says 35,000 each. Got a motion by Savage and a second by Wiltshire to raise each fire department to 35,000 each.
And the rescue squad.
And the rescue squad.
And the rescue squad.
I had my little thing out on my phone. I was gonna take everything and hadn't used it since last year and it expired. In other words, it died. Okay. Terry Bell,
Yes.
Blaine Wiltshire,
Yes.
Scott Ruble,
Yes.
Randy England,
Yes.
Christie Ross,
Yes.
Arlene Brown,
Yes.
Gary Prater,
Yes.
Michael Bell,
Yes.
Ron Lee,
Yes.
Savage votes yes.
All right, the motion unanimously passed, so we've taken care of our rescue squad and our volunteer fire departments. The next thing I think we need to address is, we actually need to address the library, because the library was a maintenance effort at $120,000, so the library wants to come forward and speak.
Thank you for having us here tonight. I'm Ben Myers, the chairman of the library board, and also Justin Tanner, he's the vice chairman. We've handed out a pamphlet for everybody to see our budget request increase. It is significant, but to the fire department's point, the library is a state mandated service that the Tennessee Secretary of State requires the county to provide. We're a level 4 library. We're on the verge of becoming a level 5 library based on our population. And that requires a whole additional set of services for us to provide. Right now, we're required to be open 55 hours a week. And with that, we have 6 employees that we've been able to change our staff significantly over the last year and really expand our services. Right now, we're at 8,000 in attendance per month, and that's what on a per day basis. That's significant. I mean, it's a lot of folks coming through the doors. It is the focal point of downtown, and we're trying to increase it so that we can be open every night of the week, so that all of our teenagers can go there to study and have a safe place to get together for that. But that requires a significant amount of staff, and so that's our biggest cost increase is trying to have quality staff to staff the library for these hours that we're required to be open. Once we jump to that level 5 service, then we'll be required to have 2 locations in the county. And right now we just have 1. Justin, is there anything to add?
No, just again about the employees. That's the big expense for everybody. So having more people allows us to cover more hours and serve more people. So getting an increase of any kind would significantly help that. And I know any of you that follow the library on social media or just, word of mouth, we've, increased our programs and community involvement significantly since Ms. Cantrell has taken over as the director, and we want to continue that.
I guess the last point is that we have a foundation that takes care of the building. And so that is not an expense that the county has to incur. And so the bulk of this money just goes straight into our employees. Thank you.
Anybody have any questions for the library? How much do we like being at the level 5?
I think, based on my recollection, 6,000 people.
6,000 people.
Yes,
Even for population
correct.
is what they're doing.
Yeah.
All right, I have a recommendation on the library.
This is state mandated, once we change it,
It's forever.
it's forever. Mr. Chairman, I make a motion, we give them $120,000.
Really, do I hear a second? A second, Commissioner England?
I have a question. When we become the level 5, then it's mandatory that we have a second. And that's just based on numbers and
Correct.
population.
Yeah, as well as additional hours. I'm not sure what the hour number is, but
I just want to clarify that. Do you have a place in mind when it looks like that would probably happen?
the obvious choice is to, have some sort of joint agreement with Morrison. Would be the obvious, because they already have a facility there. But there are other facilities in the county that may, qualify. Mary mentioned Dibrow as well, had a, nice place.
All right, I have a motion, a second. Anybody else have any more questions? All right, unless, Tommy, call the roll.
Terry Bell,
Yes.
Wayne Wilshire,
Yes.
Scott Ruble,
Yes.
Randy England,
Yes.
Christie Ross,
Yes.
Carleen Brown,
Yes.
Gary Prater,
Yes.
Michael Bell,
Yes.
Ron Lee,
Yes.
Savage votes yes.
All right, motion passes. I think we'd like to proceed with the rest of it.
Going in order since we've got these seconds.
All right, we'll just start at the top then. The home delivery of meals, Ms. Mayfield.
Hi, I'm Nancy Mayfield from the Meals on Wheels program. And I think everybody got some information. I forget a lot now, so I am putting it in writing so you can see it. And I think it's very important that we be transparent about what's going on our program with Meals on Wheels. We serve the homebound elderly of Warren County, and we have had an increase of demand over the years, and we've just kind of maxed out at what we can do. We're serving like 230 people a day, and after you look at our fixed costs, then there's just food cost after that, and we've maxed out on what we can do without other employees. So we're kind of stuck at 230 people daily, and most of those people are getting hot, but there are a few people that are in the remote areas of the county that we don't have a volunteer for. We'll send them one hot and then 5 to 7 frozen. We do have about 25% of our program that are getting weekend meals that's frozen meals that we prepare ourselves. When you have a little extra left over each day, you will do frozen meals, and we send those out on the weekends. We did a survey to see who needed that, and so many of our people do not have anybody. They have no family, nobody to help them on weekends. So we started sending frozen, and they can request that if they need to. we served somewhere around 55,000 meals, and that is on your paper. And the valuable part about our program is we have so many people in Warren County that volunteer to come and help us. If we didn't, we could not pull off this program. The amount of money that we would have to have would be just something that we couldn't comprehend to actually pull off here in Warren County. We're not lucky. We're fortunate to be able to raise the money that we have. Now, if you look at the paper that I gave you, it says that we have worked at a loss. We've been in a deficit situation for the last 3 or 4 years, and we're depleting our funds that we normally keep for equipment. And that's something that we have looked at, the board's looked at. We've got a fundraising committee now. We've started the Spinning Our Wheels fundraiser to try to break even. But if we don't, then there's no way we can feed those people like we have been. So we really are trying to come up with the money each year. And the one thing I wanted to address, when I filled out the packet and sent it in, it asks for your most recent balance sheet, and it shows like 164,000. Well, all of our money comes in the first half of the year, pretty much the big chunks. The county money, we got some city money last year. Bridgestone, the Spinning Our Wheels event, all that comes in at the beginning of the year. So the last half, we're basically operating on what we've brought in. So that's the reason that balance sheet looks like it's got a lot more than what I'm telling you. But by the end of the year, you've got figures on that paper, on the back side of the paper, to show you the deficit that we have had for the last 4 years. And we cannot continue to do that. And I really hate to ask for more money, but we have asked for a little bit more because food costs have just gone out the roof. Not only food costs, it's the containers that we put it in to deliver it. And that has just went crazy too. So we've just really had a tough time making ends meet. Are there any questions? I've given you so much information on the sheets that I was hoping to expedite this a little bit for you. I didn't address the volunteers enough because I know that without those volunteers, we could not pull off this program. They are worth so much to us. And even tonight, I've had people say, I know somebody that can help you volunteer and deliver those lunches. And without that, it just would not work. There's so many people in Warren County that have stepped up, and they're our little rescue squad for our seniors in Warren County. That wellness check is extremely important every day.
That's one thing I was going to say, that a lot of these folks are, Meals on Wheels is the only people that they see for days and days.
Absolutely.
And I know from experience, a couple of times, Mr. Clinton, who used to deliver to my mom and her husband, he'd go in and he'd always try to make sure both of them were there. And 2 different times they called me, and I'd have to quit what I was doing and come hunt my mom down. And that's what we do. But that's what Meals on Wheels does too.
That's why we spend a lot of our day finding our people. We don't stop until we find out. Most of them have just forgotten to call us. They've gone to the doctor or something like that. But sometimes we do have emergencies that we deal with, and on a weekly basis. Thank goodness, one of our emergencies, the fire department was delivering for us, and they helped us with that. So, we all work together to get all this done.
Mr. Chairman?
Yeah.
Make a motion, we give them the 25 that they're asking for.
I have a motion to give them.
Second.
2 seconds. Carleen, any questions? No questions. I'll have Tommy call the roll.
Just wrote that. Okay, the motion is Gary Prater to give $25,000, second by Carleen Brown. Terry Bell,
Yes.
Blaine Wiltshire,
Yes.
Scott Ruble,
Yes.
Randy England,
Yes.
Christie Ross,
Yes.
Carleen Brown,
Yes.
Gary Prater,
Yes.
Michael Bell,
Yes.
Ron Lee,
Yes.
Tommy Savage, yes.
Thank you so much for your support over the years.
Motion passes 10-0.
All right, we'll move on to the Black History Museum.
I'd like to say good evening to the board and stuff. Thank you for allowing me to speak on behalf of the Black History Museum. My name is Steve Nyland. I'm president of the Black History Museum Board. The Black History Museum Board, in conjunction with the McMinnville Chamber of Commerce and Main Street McMinnville, will be hosting the first ever McMinnville International Cultural Festival at Milner Center on May 30th, 2026. The county funding will allow the museum to implement a special project that enhances the organizational community involvement and bring it additional revenue to Warren County. This event will celebrate and highlight the diverse cultures in McMinnville. In addition, the income generated locally will provide business revenue. The main source of revenue for the grants are personal donations, fundraising activities, and sales of museum memorabilia. The proposed expenditure budget for the McMinnville International Culture will be used mainly on the festival, and that will be requesting $5,000.
May I have any questions?
Is the festival, are you selling tickets?
No, ma'am, the event is free.
It's free?
It's a free event, and we will have vendors, entertainment, we have a Mexican band, have an Irish group. I don't want to bring it up, but Isha might be participating in it. Don't run me out. But, and there will be food, there will be vendors. We got like 5 or 6 different food trucks and different booths. Any more questions?
Wishes of the committee.
Mr. Chairman, we had this discussion last year, and it looks like the Heritage Museum has not requested funds, but we have tried to lean toward funding organizations that directly affect the health, safety, or welfare of the citizens directly, and that is the reason that we did not approve any funding last year. And with these increases with fire departments and rescue squads and home delivery meals, I know those are necessities. I'm not saying that they're not, but this is one to me. And there are a few more that actually don't even apply anymore because that was kind of the position they were in. It's a good thing, but not necessarily affecting directly health and welfare of the citizens. And that's why we excluded them from a contribution last year. And I would make a motion that we do the same this year.
I have a motion. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Second, Mr. Bell. Any questions? I'll have Mr. Savage call the roll.
Okay, we got a motion to Scott Ruble that we had discussed last year of not funding this item or any of the other museums. We got a motion by Scott and a second by Michael Bell. Is that correct? Terry Bell,
Yes.
Blaine Wiltshire,
Yes.
Scott Ruble,
Yes.
Randy England,
Yes.
Christie Ross,
Yes.
Carleen Brown,
Yes.
Gary Prater,
Yes.
Michael Bell,
Yes.
Brian Lee,
Yes.
Tommy Savage. Yes. And a yes vote on this, it means no funding.
All right. Thank you for your time.
We'll move on to the Warren County Emergency Food Bank. That is one that was last year was not funded. Is anybody here in the food bank? What's the wishes of the committee?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to leave it at 0.
Second. I've got a motion by Mr. England, a second by Mr. Prater.
I think, well, Richard, we done that last year.
Yeah, I think that they're sitting on about $75,000 fund balance. So we've got a motion, a second, any more questions?
Who's second? Who made the second?
Gary Prater. Randy England, make the motion. I'll ask, Mr. Savage, call the roll.
Terry Bell,
Yes.
Blaine Wiltshire.
Yes.
Scott Ruble,
Yes.
Randy England,
Yes.
Christie Ross, Carleen Brown,
Yes.
Gary Prater,
Yes.
Michael Bell,
Yes.
Ron Lee,
Yes.
Tommy Savage votes yes. Motion carries 10-0.
Now we'll move on to, Hancock Special Games.
Good evening. My name is Holly McBride. I'm with McMinnville Special Games. I would first of all like to thank the Warren County Commission for all of the help in years past. And I am here to tell you that since 2022, when we purchased our enrichment center, or when it was purchased for us by a wonderful donor, our enrichment center on Garfield Street, we have officially outgrown it, and we are very much in need of a new facility. Of course, a new facility is probably going to be $500,000. Obviously, I can't ask the county for that, but I have asked for $5,000 more than what we have been getting. We are extremely thankful for the $10,000 that we've been getting for several years, and we've got to have more, and whether that comes from you or the city or all the other things, but we beg and we beg and we beg, and we are constantly fundraising. I don't know that you can get on our Facebook page and see a day that goes by that we aren't doing something. You see our financials there. We spend everything that we pull in goes towards our special needs community. Our wages are only 16% of our total gross. And as someone in the financial world, you're not going to see that in any business, and probably not very many nonprofits. And we're very proud of that, and we want to keep it that way. We have one full-time employee, Chastity Cooper, and then we have 2 part-time employees. Anyway, I feel like that we provide a service for this community that the county or the city, even combined, couldn't do. And recently I was doing some research for a grant, and so I did find out that we are the only nonprofit of our kind in Tennessee, Kentucky, and Virginia. There is a nonprofit that's kind of like what we do in Georgia, but not really, but they are county funded 100%. So if y'all want to do that, I'm open to that also. But anyway, I do feel like that we provide a valuable service. We do service 127 participants, and anyway, but I appreciate anything and everything. Does anybody have any questions?
question, Ms. McBride, but I will say this. Nobody works harder at trying to raise their own money than special games. Some people come in and they want us to completely fund it without any legwork of their own, and they certainly go above and beyond to make sure they have it.
Well, I don't have any friends anymore. They duck their head when I start walking by.
Well, I like what you do. I don't think anybody else around here do. I make a motion. I keep pace with everybody do. I make a motion that we increase it to $12,500.
Second. I have a motion and a second to increase it to 12,500. Any questions? Did you get that, Tom?
Wayne second.
Wayne second. Yes.
Got a motion by Gary Prater, second by Wayne Wiltshire, to increase this to $12,500.
All right, now let's call the roll.
Terry Bell,
Yes.
Wayne Wiltshire. Yes. Todd Rubley. Yes. Randy England.
Yes.
Christie Ross.
Yes.
Harleen Brown.
Yes.
Gary Prater.
Yes.
Michael Bell.
Yes.
Lon Lee.
Yes.
Savage votes yes. Motion carries 10-0.
Thank you to the court.
Passes. Justin, can you give us a run there? You keep it up that we increase our student. Yeah. So we let everybody know where we're at. Right now, we're at 437.5. That's not any increase. I'm just talking about total. I'm talking about over last year. If you just give everybody what they got last year, I'm talking about what we raised.
We raised $57,500.
57.5 for the raise so far.
You're up to
All right. We'll move on down to the McMillan Warren County Chamber of Commerce.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Jennifer Woods. I'm with the McMinnville Warren County Chamber of Commerce. First off and foremost, thank you. Thank you for your past support, your continued support. We do appreciate all that you do. Some of the things I want to remind you that the Chamber does do. We have various programs such as leadership, McMinnville Young Professionals, youth leadership, and we also have the Autumn Street Fair. Let's see, we are doing something new, and this is what the finances will help us do, is create new endeavors and facilitate things like the Community and Career Expo. That is free to the public and people of hiring vendors, so on and so forth, to participate. It's to promote economic growth and development and help those in the community that are needing a position or continuing education. So I feel that is right with our mission statement as a Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber also offers increased credibility, visibility, business advocacy, professional development, networking and connecting with other businesses in the community. When you support your neighbors, it's a win-win for everybody. And we promote economic development and growth. We foster local businesses, attract investment, and enhance community prosperity. To name a few other things that we like to do, we like to facilitate Bologna Day, legislative breakfast, and lunch and learns. And that's the Chamber of Commerce. Do I have any questions?
Do you have any questions?
Did everybody receive the flyer for the Community and Career Expo? Okay. That is coming up June 5th.
And we do pay, this is not included in the dues we actually pay, right, Justin?
Correct.
Correct. This is on top of what dues we actually pay the Chamber.
So we actually paid them 12.5 last year.
Yeah, that would actually be 12.5, yes.
So their total cash at the end of the fiscal year, $291,371.
That does include payroll, paying the building off, and maintenance, and et cetera.
What's the wishes of the committee?
Our dues are what, 5,200? 5,500?
55 is our dues.
Yes,
We
sir.
pay every year.
Chairman, I make a motion, we keep it at 7,000, it's what we paid last year plus the dues.
We have a motion.
Yes.
Got a second from Mr. Rogan.
So that's 7,000 plus the 5,200. So that is an increase.
No.
No, it's the same.
We paid the dues last year, we took them out. That's what it says nonprofit appropriations. They're coming in.
So it'll be a total of.
12.5.
Anybody have any questions? Tom, you want to read that back?
Yes, we have a motion by Savage of 12,500 total, that's with the dues, it'd be 7,000 plus the dues. And we have, it's second by Rubley.
Well, all right. Anybody have any questions? Being none, I'll ask you to call the roll.
Terry Bell,
Yes.
Wayne Wiltshire,
Yes.
Scott Rubley,
Yes.
Randy England,
Yes.
Christie Ross,
Yes.
Carleen Brown,
Yes.
Gary Prater,
Yes.
Michael Bell,
Yes.
Ron Lee,
Yes.
Tommy Savage votes yes.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right, we'll move on to the Warren County A&L Fair. Wayne, do you want to speak on behalf of the fair?
I guess I'm the only one here representing, so I guess. We surely appreciate all the help that y'all have done for the fair. I know it comes in the form of maintenance, and there's a lot of maintenance to be done out there at the fairground. And Steve Grandy and Brian Scott and Rooster, we call him Rooster, Jeff Matheny, they were fixing to start rewiring the old fairground, the grandstands. It has built in 1953, and there's never been nothing done to it. And it needs some electrical wiring done.
Up your insurance on it.
Yeah, and we don't want North Warren and all the other fire departments out in this area, center town, everybody have to put the grandstands out. So if y'all see fit, we appreciate it, everything you do, and keep the money coming. We'll try to spend it some way or another. Thank you.
Make a motion, give them what gave last year, 17,166.
I've got a motion.
I'll second that.
I'll second. Any questions? If there's no questions, I'll have Mr. Savage call the roll.
Who seconded that?
I did.
Michael Bell. We have a motion by Scott Rubley to give the Warren County A&L Fair $17,166.65. You got a second by Michael Bell. Terry Bell,
Yes.
Wayne Wiltshire,
Yes.
Scott Rubley,
Yes.
Randy England,
Yes.
Christie Ross,
Yes.
Carleen Brown,
Yes.
Gary Prater,
Yes.
Michael Bell,
Yes.
Ron Lee,
Yes.
Tommy Savage votes yes.
All right, motion passes. Now we'll move on to McMillan Warren County Senior Center. Sills.
Good afternoon.
I did ask, of course, for an increase on our budget. First of all, thank you for all the previous years, and thank you for our beautiful location of our great and grand senior center. This year, I did increase an additional $10,000 on the total that you see in front of you, which is $45,000. In previous years, we have received 30, but since we have now moved out to the mall, again, for a beautiful place, we have to pay rent. So last year, that eat down into the funds, of course. And when you have to pay that out, and I'm running on, when I say a skeleton crew, that increase comes. Yes, the majority of us in this room got cut by the city, but I also lost federal funds. So, and we're serving over 2,700 members. Whenever I sent you that paperwork, the number was 2,688. Now we're serving 2,746. And we have served, I know of, over 27,000 meals. We are the top center in the state. We serve more congregate meals than anybody in the state, and that's the way I hope to continue. We are fundraising constantly. We have a great thrift store that I hope anybody and everybody donates to, or even come and shops at. We are now doing a fundraiser breakfast every Tuesday and Thursday, and we do a pizza night. We did that our very first time this past month in April. But it's, guys, it's tough. You know, everybody in this room needs money. And I'm telling you, whenever it gets cut and it gets taken out from them, you know, what do? Do I cut services? Some of these people, 48% of the people that eat in my building, that's the only hot meal that they're receiving. So it's not just the meals, it's the activities, it's the exercise programming, it's the evidence-based programming, it is any kind of educational. We do lunch and learns. I have people that come in from the county. Anything that I can do for my members is done free of charge for them, so that they do not have to choose whether they come to the center or not. So it is something that's vitally important. We're growing. By 2030, there's going to be more senior citizens than they are younger folks, if you didn't know that. So we're all doing the same thing. We're all aging. So I do hope that you can consider helping us, because as soon as you give me this money, $15,000 comes right back to the county. And I just can't thank you enough from the bottom of my heart for the beautiful place that we have. And if you've not been there, I encourage you to come. So it is great. If anybody's got information or questions for me, I'd love to answer anything that you got. Yes, sir.
Was 27,000 meals, is that per year or is that so far?
That's so far this year. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. They might be maybe 10%. Maybe.
250 people from Valdez County that's getting something, paying for.
But listen, when they do come into this county, they are paying for gas, and they're stopping at stores, and they're shopping in my thrift store, or they're shopping anywhere else in town, and they do pay sales tax. So, but we're able to offer services like my Medicare counseling. I save over $150,000 a year for members. I see close to 600 people every year for Medicare counseling. And some of you in this room know that I see a lot of people for Medicare counseling. That in itself costs nobody nothing. I go to the school, I do all the schooling, all the background of it. I do it all, and I stay after hours. Some people in this room can tell you that I work 12 to 13 hours a day, and I do that 7 days a week. I've had to cut cleaning. I do the mopping, the scrubbing. I'm the glorified toilet bowl washer at my place. I do the sweeping. I take garbage out. I do anything from cooking to running a budget. So it is desperately needed, because I've had to cut employees down because of funding. I don't have it, guys, and I'm trying to fundraise it. So with your help, like I said, 15,000 is going right back to you. Previously, y'all used to give me the 30. That would at least bring me back to what I was getting. So that's why I've asked for the increase. And y'all may have seen on there, Miss Nancy had stated on the money that I sent, I did make you guys a note. If you've seen that I might have had a lot of balance on there, it's not, because if it's in the travel,
any of my bus trips that they do take, that money has to travel through the center and it washes right out in a trip expense. So if you see a large amount travel, we're not like taking lavish vacations. They are taking a bus trip. That money is not the center's. It goes right back out. Anybody else have questions?
What I'm saying is, though, the other members are paying their taxpayers money, and we're not getting taxpayers money for the 270 members.
Well, that's the same as in the dumping garbage, we can try to.
So am I to not allow others because then I'm breaking a federal guideline?
They always charge the membership fee.
But what do I do for members that not are allowed or cannot have the budget or that are living on $891 a month? That's my issue. That's why I don't charge membership now, sir. I don't want to try to cause any kind of disrespect or anything, but I'm not the one to stand and choose and tell a member that they can come in or they can't come out because they can't afford a membership. I've got people that I have had to go help buy medicine out of my own pocket because they've been going without medicine. Seniors don't have the choice, guys. Whenever they get a high electric bill, do they choose to pay for medicine, electric bill, or groceries? That's where my congregate meals are home cooked. And I do receive funding for that, but it takes me about 3 months to get a check. I'm still not been paid for February meals. So guess what? I have to pay those food bills up. And then when that check comes in, it comes in so fast. I'm feeding my members for less than $4 a plate. $2.50 goes to the 2 kitchen staff members that I use to pay their payroll. That's how that's figured. So that's every plate, fork, knife, spoon, garbage bags, coffee, and their actual meal is cooked off that $4. That's how fine-tuned I've got that meal plan. Yes, sir.
I appreciate everything you're doing. Y'all doing a good job. One thing is, I don't know, you and Jason coming in at night whenever they're.
Yes.
That's, me is a big thing because.
That's all volunteer, sir. I don't ask a dime from the county.
The lights gotta be turned on.
That's right. I beat that light bill and everything.
Gotta be remodeled and all that.
Yep.
I understand all that, and I appreciate that because we've got so many people in the county now that's living in campers or home homes or.
That's
some
right.
people's living in shacks. I ain't say that, but that's just what it is.
It is.
And they know that they got somewhere to go. And I think y'all are doing an incredible job out there. And, that being said, I'd like to see us give her the $45,000. I make it for them.
A motion by Mr. Randy England, get 45, and a second by Mr. Ron Lee.
And I'll be needing your services next year for medical.
Along with everybody else in the county. Get in line, I guess. I do appreciate it.
Very grateful for the motion and everything she does and they do out there is very neat. And I do have to say.
All right, now after Mr. Sacks, call the roll.
Okay, we got a motion for Randy England of $45,000, second by Ron Lee. Terry Bell,
Yes.
Wayne Wiltshire,
Yes.
Scott Ruble,
Yes.
Randy England,
Yes.
Christie Ross,
Abstain.
abstain. Carleen Brown,
Yes.
Gary Prater,
Yes.
Michael Bell,
Yes.
Ron Lee,
Yes.
Tommy Savage, vote yes. Motion carries 9-4, 1 abstention.
All right, we'll move on to families in crisis.
Good evening. I'm Christy Stubblefield from Families in Crisis, and I want to thank you all for allowing the nonprofits to be here tonight and tell you a little bit about what all we do and why your help is so important. This year, our request is the same as we have requested in the previous years. We have been funded at 85, but we have requested for 10,000 for the last several years. As everyone else has said when they've come up here, of course, we too face the probability to cut some from the city. And as you all know, unfortunately, the need for our services, especially in our county, have drastically increased this year. Budget request is very similar to the previous years. Most everything in here is to run emergency services that we provide through our 24-hour crisis line or through our 24-hour admission to our emergency shelter. Last year alone, if I had known about this meeting earlier, they were going to be here on our behalf. But David Williams and some of our deputies were going to be here to attest to how helpful we are to our sheriff's department and our police departments in our area. How much quicker they are able to get on the street and answer another call if Families in Crisis will come in and take care of the survivor when they are going to a domestic violence call. We have recently just opened last year our sexual assault center here in Warren County. It's the first one ever in this county. If you can imagine being raped in a small county and then having to go to the emergency room to receive care, that is horrible. And so now we offer a free safe clinic where they can come and it's confidential and they are not charged for a Tylenol. If we give them a Tylenol, they are not charged for just coming and thinking they want the exam and then changing their mind and leaving. They are not charged like they would be at the hospital. And so again, our budget that we asked for this year is $10,000. It is the same that we have asked for in the previous years. To be funded, the extra $1,500 this year would greatly help us in our outreach activities in the community. Any questions?
Mr. Chairman, I kept the minutes the other night when David Williams, the Judicial Commissioner, supervisor, he said that Families in Crisis were called in on 16 calls 1 month, and most of those after hours.
Those are all after hours. Our girls work a 8 to 10 hour workday, and then they go home and still respond to those calls, and then get up, come to work the next day as well. Yes.
He said that they put themselves in places where most people wouldn't want to be.
And I'll say something since I'll probably have to abstain because I'm,
You're on the board.
But I will say, luckily, I haven't had an experience this type of situation in my own life, but if you've got kids and grandkids, you can only imagine if one of those kids or your grandkids were in a situation like that, and you would hope and pray there'd be somebody there to help them if you could.
What's the wishes of the committee?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion for the 10,000.
Second motion. Second by Mr. Prater. Any discussion? Being no discussion, I'll have Mr. Savage call the roll.
Terry Bell?
Yes.
Blaine Wiltshire? Abstain. Scott Ruble?
Yes.
Randy England?
Yes.
Christie Ross?
Yes.
Harley Brown?
Yes.
Gary Prater?
Yes.
Michael Bell?
Yes.
Ron Lee?
Yes.
Tommy Savage votes yes.
Thank you all so much. I do have one favor to ask all of you at your place of business. This year, our goal was to get out there and get our information out there. And like I said, it's obviously needed. You wouldn't believe how many factories and places of business have turned us down to put our number up. And so if you're friends, family, if you work at a factory, if you see a lot of people coming in and out of your place, please reach out to us and just ask where you could put it or ask us for some information. Our county needs it. Thank you.
All right, anybody here from the Pregnancy Care Center? I don't think we have a representative from the Pregnancy Care Center.
Make a motion to give the same as last year.
Second. Motion, Mr. Rubin, and second by Mr. Wiltshire. To give the same, the $5,000 we did last year. Any discussion? You got that, Mr. Savage?
Right. Motion by
Rubin, second, Mr. Wiltshire.
same as last year. 0.
No, 5,000.
I didn't even look on the 5,000.
Okay.
Okay, we got a motion by Scott Ruble, second by Blaine Wiltshire to give the same as last year, $5,000. Terry Bell,
Yes.
Blaine Wiltshire,
Yes.
Scott Ruble,
Yes.
Randy England,
Yes.
Christie Ross,
Yes.
Carleen Brown,
Yes.
Gary Prater,
Yes.
Michael Bell,
Yes.
Ron Lee,
Yes.
Tommy Savage, votes yes.
All right, the motion passes. Now we'll move on to Young Men United.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Ella Richmond from Young Men United. I am the vice president of it, so it's not only just for men, ladies can come too. So with that being said, first of all, we want to thank you for what you've done in the past. And we've asked for like $20,000, I think, this year, which we've asked for that several times, but we end up not getting it. But we support the youth in Warren County. We tried to send them to school. We buy back to school supplies for the children, backpacks, socks, all the supplies are in their backpacks when they pick them up. This year we bought, last year I should say, we bought shoes, socks. And until you see a child that has tears in their eyes because they're going to have their own pack of socks or their own pack of underwear that they're not going to have to share, or they're going to have their own toothbrush, toothpaste, and deodorant, and they get their own little package, you don't know what it is to be without. And these kids do. And we try to support them. Everything that we do fundraisers. If you know anything about Young Men United, come over on the first Saturday each month and buy a fish sandwich, because we're going to be over selling fish. And that's how we raise our money. It's fish sandwiches and rent the gym out, anything that we can do to raise money. So, and we're here to support the kids, and we want to be a character within the kids because we want them to come back in the community to make the community better. But first of all, we've got to come within unity within the community to help our kids to become better in all. So I just want to say that anything that you give us, we would greatly appreciate it. And again, come out for Juneteenth, the 19th and the 20th. We'll be at the fairground this year. Just excuse me, my voice is messed up. We're having a car show. Right now at this point, I've got 68 cars coming from Chattanooga, 27 cars coming from Shelbyville, and then the car show that's out there in the mall on Saturdays. Several of the guys out there is coming. I even asked Blaine to come and pull in on the 20th. So come out and support us. We're having a beauty pageant for the kids just to bring everybody together. We're going to have the saxophone guy from Huntsville, Alabama. I think quite a few have heard him at our different things that we've had. Victor Gomez at Security Federal, he's playing music. Sunset Tabernacle, they're playing music that day. So it's just going to be a day of fun, and we're going to be at the fairground this year. We had to move it to a bigger place. So again, come out and support us. And that's what our money that we use, we use it for the kids. And we do different fundraisers to help raise for the kids. So we appreciate anything that you give us. Anyone have any questions?
Appreciate what you do.
Thank you. I mean, we've helped scholarships. We give out scholarships. Last Thursday before last, we got 4 scholarships at the high school. So
I think I enjoy it, let it be known a little more public that your building can be rented, because our company's gonna rent it for an option.
yes, the building can be rented. We do rent the,
You know, I didn't realize how nice the facility is. I went over there and looked around, and that's just, and people don't have family reunions or anything, but it's a really nice, over 100-year-old building. It got
Yes.
nice bathrooms, and we're gonna have 2 offices there at the end of this month.
and we're working on trying to renovate the floor. And we've went out and got prices on the floors, and it's going to be anywhere from $80,000 to $100,000 to redo the floor. We rent the gym out to Church League. They play basketball over there. There's training on basketball. I'm quite several children have been over there, been trained for basketball and different things like that. So we do rent it out. Family reunions, birthday parties, whatever it is. And we do allow the children that has to go to children's court and been unruly, we do allow them to come over. We let them do community service work over there. They clean the bathrooms, dust the floors, whatever needs to be done, just to get their hours in. And they're supervised at all times. If we've got young ladies over there, there's always a lady there with them. So everything is under control. We put in for it, but we've only got it one time and it was like $4,000, but we put in for it every quarter that it comes up. Yeah, we put in for it. Thank you. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Got a motion by Blaine Wiltshire that we raised to 3,000, second for Christie Ross. Terry Bell?
Yes.
Blaine Wiltshire? Yes. Scott Ruble? Yes. Randy England?
Yes.
Christie Ross?
Yes.
Pauline Brown?
Yes.
Larry Prater?
Yes.
Michael Bell? Yes. Ron Lee? Yes. Tommy Savage? Votes yes. Carries.
All right, motion passes. All right, we'll move on to Main Street, McMinnville.
Hello, everyone. Raven Young with Main Street McMinnville. I am the current chair, and we have our new executive director, Hannah Jones, with us tonight. I am planning on introducing her at a full court meeting coming up, but those of you that are here tonight can meet her. So she's been with us for a couple of weeks, and she is getting immersed in everything. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what we have requested for, because I'm the one that filled out the application. So we generally ask every year for your help with Main Street Live. We are in our 22nd year for Main Street Live this year. We actually just released the lineup today on the Main Street Journal, as well as on our Facebook page. The concerts will kick off on June 12th with TC Bryant Band and go all the way through June 31st with Knights of Queens. We'll have 8 concerts, as we always do, on Security Federal's West Lawn in downtown McMinnville. So Main Street Live, with it, we do bring in people. We generally average out between all the concerts between 1,500 and 2,000 people is what it averages out to that we bring to the free concerts during the summer. But those bring in people from all over different communities. We will actually take people's zip codes when they come up and sign up for door prizes. And we have people from Murfreesboro, Nashville, Manchester, Sparta, Cookeville, all that regularly come to these free concerts during the summer. So that is what we have requested for funding for, is just the sound and lights portion of our free concert series. And do you want to mention anything?
Just that this is a good opportunity to bring people into our county and include our own county members for vendors and other things. We get sponsorships, sure, but it's a good opportunity for profit businesses to make money too.
Motion, we give them the 6,400, yes, so.
Mr. Bell, second by Mr. Prater. Any discussion? Get that, Mr. Savage. You're working your hand over there.
Yeah, I'm going to have carpal tunnel surgery. Hope not. Okay, got a motion by Malcolm Bell and a second by Greg Prater to increase this to 6,400. I'll say this helps a lot. This is something that helps the community, helps a lot of people. You know, we have a family that comes in from out of state and every year they can't wait to go there.
Glad to hear it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
You get my papers. All right, Terry Bell,
Yes.
Blaine Wiltshire,
Yes.
Scott Ruble, Randy England,
Yes.
Christie Ross,
Yes.
Harlan Brown,
Yes.
Gary Prater,
Yes.
Michael Bell,
Yes.
Ron Lee,
Yes.
Tommy Savage votes yes. Motion carries 10-0.
We'll move on to the Warren County Memorial Airport pilots and EAA Chapter 1700, very last.
Thank you. I'm Jerry Lassiter. I'm the president of the chapter at the airport. We are a educational charity that actually is trying to bring a program to the Warren County schools. We'll be in the next 3 to 5 years, we'll be building a facility at the airport for classrooms and for workshop facilities to bring in the students once a week and let them work on aviation technician, the electronics, fabrication, sheet metal work, and all of the trades that are involved in the aviation industry. We hope to be able to build the building within about 3 years. We thought we had a building until somebody else beat us to it. So we're going to have to build one now on the airport, which is going to take some time. But the funds that we're asking for, we're going to apply to scholarships for the Warren County students. There'll be ground school scholarships as well as flying scholarships, and there will be some dual enrollment with some of the like TCAT and the Motlow State, and as well as the MTSU. We've got when they go through our program, the 4-year program that we'll start in the 9th grade, they'll actually start in as a sophomore. If they go to MTSU, they'll skip a year because of our dual enrollment that we'll be providing them. And that's about it, I think. Any questions that I can answer?
Mr. Chair, would you elaborate on these, what these scholarships, you're saying that's what this, you're requesting $10,000, you're saying that's what it's for scholarships?
It'd be for scholarships and for a simulators, aircraft simulator. There's a certain type of aircraft simulator that's FAA approved where they can get credit for the time they spend on the simulator for flying credit. And so it's a lot less expensive for them to fly the simulator than it is for fly an airplane.
What does a simulator normally cost? I'm about simulators. We have them.
This is a modular simulator. You buy the base amount will be somewhere between $500 and $7,500, depending on the type of one that we get. I'm sorry. It's a unit that's modular that you add on to. It's a central station where we have an instructor at that station, and there are different simulators that he can actually manually control at one time. So he can have one doing a instrument approach, one doing takeoffs and landings, one doing this and that, one's going through weather, and that type of thing. So that they can, they'll have different types of levels all at once. And this is going to be it's a permanent fixture that'll be available basically for years to come for all the students that we bring through the program.
Do y'all have somewhere to put this now, Terry?
It'll be at the airport. I've talked to Jim about it. We can put it in the conference room. It's a small unit to start with. The modular unit is a small unit. And then as we grow, then it'll go into the building that we're going to be building.
I know you guys have tried to get this off the ground and going, and I appreciate, I like airplanes and flying the park, and I know you have Miss Bassam with you. I'll fly with her and her plane, and you know, you guys are trying to have these breakfasts and things of that nature, and I appreciate that.
One of the big things that the whole point of this is workforce development. We want to develop a workforce that's aviation centric here in the Warren County area, because the companies right now that are hiring for technicians and sheet metal workers and those types of things that are putting the airplanes together are going to Oklahoma, they're going to Florida, they're going to Kentucky, and there's no reason that we couldn't have it right here. But it's going to take some time to develop, and it's going to take a good facility. So we've got a good start on it, but it's a big ask. It's a big ask. And Ms. Pat has something to say.
Let me just say real quick, there's some real high-paying jobs in aviation. And the kids in Warren County, they're not all able, willing, ready to do college. And a lot of them are really, really interested in flying. And FedEx is begging for technicians. I happen to love to fly way back in when Warren County Airport had a restaurant in the airport, and I went out there and watched the people learn how to fly. But if you want to get kids interested in something, start them young and you get them into it. We've got a Young Eagles program, and if we got this and get some money, we've got a flying school back in McMinnville now. Cliff Davidson's brought one. And if we can get this going, get kids in, they can do the ground school sitting in the office at the airport and do this simulator, and they can learn how to fly. Now, they still got to do some flying lessons, but that's how you build their interest. Start them young. And the FedEx is begging for people. A helicopter mechanic, and I'm not capable of doing that, but they make $150 an hour, people. Let's give our kids a chance at doing something, because y'all know some kids that would love to learn to fly.
One more thing.
Yes, sir.
If this meeting passes, any type of money, I'd rather see it go for the simulator than I had scholarship. With that being said, I make a motion, we give $5,000.
I do have a question before we vote on that. Is that not something that we can probably get a grant through workforce development?
Depending on how we write it up, as far as the simulator.
Yeah.
Yes, so Jim and I have had numerous discussions, and Jerry and I have had discussions. And there's a few things that we're working on writing up now, yes.
So you're actually filling out to try to get this.
Not at this time, but that's one of the projects that we're looking at possibly doing for that Workforce Invest program next year. We were waiting to see I was waiting to see how the funding on the building and everything else had flushed out.
For the people that want to know, we were almost guaranteed, not really guaranteed, but we really thought we were getting a state grant. But as things go in the state of Tennessee, guess who got the money? The county airport that the chairman of the appropriation committee was on.
What can you say? Thank you.
If you put $7,500 in for a simulator, you're going to give scholarships for $2,500?
Yes,
But with the simulator, we wouldn't have to spend as much on the ground school, because they can take a lot of their ground school and work on the simulator to do some of their very primary work. So they don't have to spend a lot of money to go actually fly an airplane.
The motion's just for 5,000.
Right.
Any more discussion?
If you had this program at the high school, who would be teaching?
We train the teachers. There's the AOPA, well, I'll be darned. Association of Pilots and Owners Association. Has a STEM program it's already working in Tennessee. There's one in Memphis, one in Nashville, and one in Knoxville.
Would he be working online or in person?
In person, yeah.
Association would supply teachers.
The training is done by the association, and it doesn't have to be a pilot, because they're teaching fundamentals of flight, the aerodynamics and that type of thing, and all the different occupations.
Mr. Chairman, if I may. Is this during school hours or just an after?
Yes, yeah, it's 1 day a week that will be, that they'll come into our facility, and it's a 4-credit course, high school 4-credit course that they'll come into our facility and work on it there.
The county school system has approved it.
Yeah, it's been approved by
We
the,
gotta have,
I was just gonna say, so that it would be like a CT, one of the CTE programs called Relevant there.
Mhm.
So they would be educated there. I will say, a lot of what we've been looking at is not only, of course, the aviation side, but the aviation mechanics.
Right.
That's the big.
the mechanics, we're really focusing on the mechanical part, because frankly, there's a beginning to be a lot of pilots available. So we're really focusing on the technicians and the technical side of it, because that's where the crying need is for probably a couple of decades. So, and those are very high paying jobs, very high.
What's the maximum number of students a year you can take?
We'll take, on a given day, we'll have on a given class, we'll have between 200 and 300 people in the class. Not in the facility, but like in the 9th grade, there'll be maybe 50. In the 10th grade, there'll be 25, and that kind of thing.
All right, anybody else have any questions? I've got a motion to get $5,000 at a second. You ready, Tom?
Motion by Randy England, and second by Gary Prater. Is that right, Gary?
Thank you very much.
And a second, to give $5,000. Terry Bell,
Yes.
Wayne Wiltshire. Yes. Scott Ruble. Passing.
Yeah.
Randy England.
Yes.
Christie Ross.
Yes.
Is that a yes? Harlan Brown.
Yes.
Gary Prater.
Yes.
Michael Bell. I'll pass. Ron Lee.
Yes.
Tommy Savage. Which is. We got 8 for and 2 pass.
All right, it passes. All right, that completes our request for nonprofits. And I will tell everybody, it's a hard decision when you go up here and have to, we'd love to give everybody everything they ask for, but it's just no way possible in the budget to make that work. But I appreciate the commissioner's work on it, and everybody that's put in. We have a lot of good things going on in the county, and a lot of these programs really help a lot of people. And is there any public comment that didn't get to talk before that wants to talk? There's a chance.
Don't ask again.
No.
Mr. Chairman, I got a comment. Cotton, give us
A breakdown of the
Total increase is $75,400.
How much?
$75,400.
What's that breakdown? Total too, 532, so
75,001.
that's,
I got a comment, I'm public.
Yeah.
I want to thank everybody on that side of the room for this. In my opinion, as a taxpayer, and somebody has to work with y'all, all the stuff this committee does, this is the toughest thing that they do.
well, I'm ready.
There may be a vote here or there throughout the course of a 4-year term, but every year y'all go through this. This is the toughest thing that y'all do, so I thank y'all.
And
For
I'll tell you
taking on
something
that
else
burden.
too. I'll tell you something. There'll be hard feelings right here among a few of us.
I'm at you now.
No, you know.
That's just another reason why it's so hard.
Yeah.
I want the cameras rolling over and I want folks to realize that.
Well, thank you for bringing it up, Jason.
Does anybody else have anything?
Hold on, hold on a second.
Total.
75.
I had a total of 536,666.
That's what I got.
Yeah. I had 536,066, 65.
Say that one time, Tom.
536,066.65.
I got the same thing called that.
Don't forget the 65 cents.
Don't forget the 65 cents.
Don't forget the 65 cents.
But I had her increase Justin at 73.9, not 74.
And I have a 78,900.
75.4.
All right, I got a motion, Mr. Wiltshire. Did I hear a second?
Yes.
I'll second the motion. We adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Don't forget to give our picture.